Hello students, welcome to my channel Learning History Made Easy. In today's video, we will be seeing about the political science topic, Rise of Identity Politics. Before going into the video, if anyone is seeing the channel for the first time or if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe and share it with your friends, and also click the bell button to receive notifications whenever I upload new videos. So without wasting time, let us get into the video. So as I have told, today's topic is Rise of Identity Politics. So now, who coined the term identity politics, or who identified it? L.A. Kaufman traced the origin of identity politics to Student Nonviolent Coordination Committee of US in early 1960. So this concept of identity politics, it was the origin was traced by L.A. Kaufman to the Students Nonviolent Coordinating Committee of US, that was in 1960. The exact word identity politics was coined by Barbara Smith and Combahee River Collective. That is, this Combahee River Collective is a group, the group of black feminist lesbian socialist organization, a group of black feminist lesbians. That was in 1977, and during that time the exact word identity politics was coined. So L.A. Kaufman traced the origin of identity politics, and the exact word was coined by Barbara Smith and Combahee River Collective. It got its legitimacy in US between 1950 and 60 in the movement of lesbians, black civil rights, wave of feminists, etc. So when did this identity politics got legitimacy, or it got its acceptance? That was in 1950s and 60s in the movement of lesbian groups or black civil rights group or feminist group. All these time it was this identity politics started to get little legitimacy or acceptance. The movement became prominent only in 1980. So slowly it started 1950s, 60s. By 1980, this identity politics started getting prominence, importance it started getting. How did it started getting importance or prominence? With gay movement, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, that is LGBT community, gay rights movement, etc. With all these kind of movement, they started to get a little more importance or prominence. It is notably found in class movements like feminist movement, disability movement, ethnic movement, movement of minority, etc. So now, what is identity politics? How does it come into being? So crisis of identity is the fundamental reason for the rise of identity struggle. So what is identity? Identity is the recognition of yourself. You have an identity. You are a student, or you are a male, you are a female, you have an identity. So when you have a crisis in your mind regarding this identity, so that struggle is the reason for identity politics. That crisis of identity, that crisis to recognize your identity, leads to identity politics in several parts of the world. So each individual, every culture, language, religion are all unique in their own ways. See, every individual is unique in their own ways. Every culture is unique in their own ways. So according to Universal Declaration of Human Rights, every citizen, irrespective of nationality, economic standard, lesbian or conventionalist, has an inseparable human right of equal opportunity, treatment, practice and participation. So when it comes to Universal Declaration of Human Rights, everyone has equal rights. That is, everyone, when I am telling, it is irrespective of their nationality, irrespective of their economic standard, whether they are rich, they are poor, they are middle class, irrespective of whether they are lesbian or they are conventional or they have any other differences, irrespective of their identity, they should get equal treatment, equal opportunity, equal practice and participation. That is according to Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Whoever we are, whatever identity we have, we should get equal treatment, equal rights, equal opportunity, equal participation. The trend today is individual or group identity, not national or universal identity too. But what happens today? today it has become like individual identity, that is one group identity. It is not national or universal identity, it has become individual or group identity. So that is what gives rise to identity politics. Now, when government announce popular programs on the basis of caste and community, gender, local or territorial base, identity politics begin to rise its head. So when will people feel this issue? When government announce some special programs for some special caste. So there that equal opportunity is not given, it is based on caste. So when government does something like that, or based on gender, for some gender some special rights, actually according to fundamental human rights it should be equal. But when government does something based on territorial basis, or when all these issues come, identity politics slowly starts raising its head. Identity politics is a pattern of belongingness, a search for comfort and an approach to community. So it is a pattern of belongingness, that is, identity politics means you think that you belong to this group, this identity, that is a thought of belongingness. It is a search for comfort. Sometimes our identity, we feel that we are alone, we are not a part of some group, but when we feel that we are part of a group, we feel little comfortable. See, sometimes we feel in a group we are odd one out, but when we feel that we are part of a group, we feel very comfortable. See, I am like everyone, I am very comfortable. So that is, it gives, it is a search for comfort and approach to community. It is identified by one's own identity based on race, ethnicity, gender, language, religion. So identity can be based on different things, based on your race, based on your ethnicity, based on your gender, based on the language you speak, based on the religion you believe. You can form into different groups based on many of these things. Now let us see what are the main causes one by one for identity politics. First one, maladministration. It leads to poor economic growth of particular region or geographical backwardness of people of particular ethnic identity. So when the administration is not proper, what happens? A group of people will become economically backward. So this economically backward, or some geographical regions, some region areas will become economically backward. That becomes a problem for that group of people. So what happens? It leads to poor economic growth of a particular region or a particular geographical backwardness of people belonging to some special ethnic identity. That is first problem. So when administration is not good, some group of people have this economic backwardness issue. The rise of regional parties created local awareness of language or region. So some regional parties came and they started making people aware of some language or region. So they started forming different groups based on language, groups based on region. So when these kind of groups come, what happens? Identity politics start coming up. Next one, extreme poverty, exploitation, lack of opportunity and threat to existing group privileges to the ethnic group. When there is extreme poverty, some groups does not have opportunities, some threat is there to existing group, what happens? All these people who are facing problems will form a separate group. So they form their own separate identity. So that is how, and if some privileges are given to some ethnic group, that group will become separate. Those are suffering will become a separate group, those are getting privileges will become a separate group. So those things leads to again identity politics, that is extreme poverty, exploitation, lack of opportunity, threat to existing group, privileges to ethnic group. Now ethnic group, fear of assimilation, of cultural dilution. Some ethnic groups are there who always wants to be themselves. They don't want to come and mix together with the other group. They have that fear. So in that fear, they form a separate group, they have a separate identity. So some ethnic group, in the fear of assimilation or cultural dilution, that is mixing of culture, they don't like that. They want their culture to be separate. They don't want the culture to be mixed up. So those people also forms a separate identity. Rise in standard of living, literacy and socio-political awareness have led to identity politics. So rise in the standard of living. I told you some groups have privileges. So rise in the standard of living, rise in literacy, socio-political awareness. Now people are more aware. All these also leads to identity politics. Lack of share in natural resources, fear of loss of land, fear of political power and economic growth. So same thing, lack of share in natural resources and fear of loss of land, especially these tribal peoples. They have the problem of fear of losing their land. So in that fear, they form their own separate group to fight against the others. So that leads to identity politics. Then political power, economic growth, fear of losing scope in education and employment field. So if you have a fear of losing your scope in education field or your employment field because of some reason, because of your race or because of your class, because of your region, all these fear leads to identity politics, because those people will form a group. Those people who fear all these things together will form a group, and that in turn will lead to identity politics. Fear of losing ethnic identities like language and culture. So if you have the fear of losing your identity like language, so that time what you will do, all the people who are speaking the same language together form a group so that you are protected. So that leads to identity politics. Fear of losing identity, ethnic identities like language and culture. These also leads to identity politics. So these are the main causes what leads to identity politics. Now, religion, caste, region and language. So what are the basis of identity politics? What are the basis in which these groups are formed? So first, mainly you can tell religion. These are the important basis of identity politics. Out of total population in India, 80.5% belong to Hindu community and remaining belong to Muslim, Christian, Buddhist, Jain and others. So in India, we have almost 80.5% belonging to Hindus and rest are from a different religion. So this other groups, other than this 80.5, they fear losing individual identity, have compelled many groups to organize in religious lines. So I told you, so the other group who are in minority, they have the fear of losing their individual identity. So they form a group, they form different groups to organize on the basis of religion. Some are involved in militant activities to get recognition, and many political parties declare various concessions based on religion, although the constitution has banned communal scheme. So some engage in militant activities, some engage in non-violent activities, some engage in violent activities, and some are involved in militant activities. Why? To get recognition. And many political parties, what they do, they give some concessions based on religion that will encourage these people again for this identity politics. Now another concept is caste. Based on religion, I told identity politics is now based on caste. In Indian society, a person's social status is decided by the credentials of caste rather than his efficiency and achievements. So in Indian society, rather than a person's efficiency in doing a work or achievement, more recognition is based on their caste. In spite of efforts of reformers like Basavanna, Ramdas, Swami Vivekananda, etc., caste system is still continuing in our country. Now the Constitution of India has clearly mentioned about the eradication of caste-based discrimination. And Constitution is clearly written about eradication of caste-based discrimination. That is, there should not be difference based on caste. But even today, during elections, voters, instead of casting the votes on the discretion, are forced to vote on the basis of caste. Even though there is so much development in our country, education is there, awareness is there, still when it comes to some incidents or some maybe during elections, people start choosing their representatives based on caste, or people start supporting people based on caste. So that is again a reason for identity politics. Next is region. Regional identity plays a dominant role in national and regional politics. Now people form groups based on their region, the place, So regional identity also is a very important thing regarding identity politics. Many leaders are enjoying dominant position in national politics because of regional popularity. Some politicians are there who are very popular in their region, so they get recognition based on that. For example, Mamta Banerjee, Karunanidhi, etc. So based on region also identity politics exist. Now next is tribal. Behind every major movement there is a factor of region, as it happened in the case of Birsa Munda movement for identity of tribals. Like I told before, they have the fear of losing their natural resources. They don't get their share in natural resources. They fear losing their land. So such cases especially comes when regarding these tribal people. So when they have such problems, they form their own groups. Northeastern regions like Nagaland, Meghalaya, Manipur, Tripura, etc. continued to fight till they got separated. So there are different incidents where identity politics based on their tribe also exist. There are places which are still struggling for separation based on regional identity. Still there are different places who are fighting to get separated based on regional identity. Next is linguistic, that is language. So here based on linguistic means here I can write, easy for you to understand, based on language. India is a union of multilingual states, and language is one of the most sensitive and emotional issue. India is multilingual, that is India have different languages, and language is a very sensitive, very emotional issue. There is no common language policy throughout the country, and medium of instruction or learning is not commonly accepted. There is no common language policy in our country, and medium of instruction or learning is not commonly accepted. In Karnataka, people fought for the implementation of Gokak report to make Kannada as administrative language during 1980s. If you see our case of Karnataka, there was the people were fighting for the implementation of Gokak report. What is Gokak report? To make Kannada as administrative language. This happened in 1980. So based on language also issues happen. Language is a main issue between Karnataka and Maharashtra on Sholapur area, Karnataka and Kerala on Kasargod region, that is on border areas. There is issues regarding language. Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh on Adoni and Alur, etc. So language is a basis of issue between many places, especially in the border areas. So based on all these concepts, identity politics is existing in our country. Now let us see some question answers. Who identified identity politics? L.A. Kaufman. Expand LGBT, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender. Mention any one region based identity struggle, that is in northeastern region, Nagaland, Meghalaya, Manipur and Tripura continued to fight till they got separated, that is based on region. Discuss the various causes of identity politics. I have explained the points in the video. So I hope you have understood the topic identity politics very clearly. In case of any doubts, you can ask in the comment section. And also don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. Your likes and shares will be of a great encouragement for me to make more and more videos. So I hope to see you all soon in the coming video. Thank you for watching.